For the last few years, investing YouTubers have dropped like flies, and it's due to this one thing. In this video, I will expose exactly what these YouTubers don't want you to know and how this is a big problem for you. JKR Investing, best known as Jacob, has made this video. I am a YouTuber in this situation and it's very relevant. So firstly, he answers why have stock market YouTubers quit. He implies that times have been tough and that YouTubers have seen a lot of flack alongside the stock market falling.
So ultimately you had the pressure of dealing with all these losses at once. You had people leaving the stock market. So you can see why so many YouTubers from this point of view went, I'm not going to talk about stocks anymore.
So these people have seen their portfolios fall, they're feeling negative. Well, how do they vent this negativity? Well, they'll comment on a YouTuber who's still creating content in that niche. Because more people are leaving the stock market, these stock market YouTubers are therefore getting less views, therefore less money. So it's harder for them to have a viable business.
I'm not going to talk about stocks because my views are going down. I'm getting all this stick. I've got to keep following these stocks that keep going down. I'm going to go do something else. What's quite similar? What can I shift my audience to? Finance news.
But then he goes on to suggest that the rest of them have moved to financial news, and it's for this one reason.
I talk about finance news. I don't have to deal with toxic side of the stock market, dealing with these stocks that are going down, and the ability to switch to maybe a finance channel is so much easier than having to deal with this situation.
Now, where Jacob has commented and said that YouTubers have moved to financial news for less critique is not entirely true. Playing a stock market channel puts you dangerously close to influencing individuals watching your channel. Recently, I read an article on This Is Money, and it suggested that individuals are very likely to trust influencers on social media. If I go on to talk about one or two stocks, let's say I'm really interested in them, then you as a viewer might feel compelled to at least investigate it a little bit further. The reason I've transitioned to financial commentary is so that I can safeguard my channel and reduce the risk of potential future litigation due to financial advice claims. Now, I'm doing this as well because it also generates interests, and I can make things a little bit more entertaining without rapidly changing my portfolio and therefore risking my portfolio performance simply to get views.
The biggest UK stock market channel basically came out with this video at the time saying 10 stocks that will 10x. I'm actually going to point out that since then this video has been deleted.
For transparency purposes, I've actually unlisted a lot of my videos on the channel. That said, I'm not afraid of hiding my stock picks, so let's go through them very quickly. In this video, which is called 10 UK stocks to buy in 2021, the video was released on the 24th of December 2020. As you can see the date there, you can also see how it's unlisted at the top left. I went through 10 different stocks. In these stocks, you can see at the bottom here, were Tristal, Halma, Gamma, LSE, TM17, Future, JD Sports, Games Workshop, Decra Pharmaceuticals, and YouGov. Of those stocks, the only one that was in the positive was Decra Pharmaceuticals, which was up 12%. Some notable fallers in this time were Team 17, which has fallen by 58%, and Future, which has fallen by 55%. Now, I've made this abundantly clear to you because I, as a YouTuber, can get things wrong, and I often do. That's why I've had so many mistakes on the channel, but why I think it's so important those mistakes are shared with you. However, I've deleted my videos or unlisted them from my channel for a different reason. The reason they're unlisted on my channel is for the YouTube algorithm. Now you might go, well, this is some kind of a cope. Why is he lying to us? I don't want you to be recommended 10 UK stocks to buy in 2020 because you're probably not interested in it because the video's so old. I'm trying to create evergreen content that can be recommended 5 years from now and add value to your life. Which brings me to the biggest problem that you as a viewer face from these stock market YouTubers. How are they incentivized? Well, typically they make a lot of money through adverts on their video on the channel. If we want to create good content and we want to make money from this content, we need to make things exciting and entertaining for you, the viewer, or deliver exceeding educational value. But when things in the stock market aren't changing that much from month to month, there's not much educational value that we can really add, and at the same time there isn't much entertainment value we can add without buying tons of speculative positions. As you can see on Jacob's channel here, you can see that he's making quarterly updates on his portfolio, which, don't get me wrong, is better than a lot of YouTubers, which is still pretty infrequent, and that's because he knows that there's not enough updates on a month-to-month basis. It's just not interesting to watch. I completely understand that majority of his revenue is actually driven on a secondary platform called Patreon, where he hosts his portfolio and reveals all of his trades there, but a real key factor for these YouTubers is also transparency. You as a viewer have the right to perform your own due diligence. You are more than welcome to investigate the aspects of my life that I present to you on camera. If you can't do this, I'm not being transparent. And I'm going to call this out because I don't see too many YouTubers do this, but I am probably the most transparent investing YouTuber there is. You know everything about me, whether it's I'm living with my parents, whether it's the total value of my stock market assets, it's all there and available. Now, a lot of these YouTubers, typically what they'll do, show you their investment portfolio, they'll show you their positions and the percentages of allocation, but they won't tell you how much money they have in it and what their average share prices are. I think it's essential that viewers can see your average share prices and your holding sizes. I might have a portfolio that's doing fantastic, right, and I'm only showing you the percentages, but that portfolio might only be worth £1,000. The money inside this pot does not impact my overall lifestyle, and therefore it's not actually as good of a return. That's why it's critical that viewers have access to that information, and more importantly, for free. This is exactly why I give you the granular details, so you can see my average share prices, you can see every single one of my closed trades, and that's all completely available in the top link of the description down below. You might be questioning me, going, well, Oz, you used to do portfolio updates on a weekly basis. Why is it now on a link in a description? What's happened there? You, the viewer, are not as interested in seeing, oh, how's your stock portfolio doing? I hold the same number of shares this month. It's boring. No one wants to watch that, and so you have to make things exciting. I have a lot of respect for Jacob. Please do not send any hate his way. This is a video just purely commentating on what he had to mention,